Hey everyone. I don't have all the details, but in case you haven't heard, Toys R Us has now begun going out of business. Apparently, the 28th of this month is sort of the beginning of stores in the US closing down. And kind of resulted from a buyout some number of years ago and a massive amount of debt just basically being thrown in their lap. And while they've done pretty well for themselves, the retailer couldn't handle that debt. So late last year, they declared bankruptcy. There were concerns about maybe another company helping get them out of it. And while it appears that through some corporate mumbo jumbo, Canadian stores will be okay, the US is losing all of its Toys R Us stores. Seems to be a similar issue in Japan. And with that, it's personally a big concern for the employees, who of course worked in all the stores, as well as a major symbol of our country's toy industry. Like many of you, Toys R Us has been a part of my life, part of my childhood. Even though in recent years, when it comes to toy purchases, I've usually leaned towards places like Target and Walmart, sometimes Meijer, I still didn't disparage them or anything. I didn't look at Toys R Us and consider it useless. I still understood its importance. And there was was a store about 20 minutes away from here. And can't recall many specific toys that came from there throughout my life, but at least in recent ones, I've had some Transformers toys bought from that store. But for a little personal tale, I'll actually talk about a Toys R Us store. It's quite far from home. A few years ago, in 2015, I believe, it was towards the end of the summer vacation that my parents and I were enjoying. And around that time, the new Transformers Combiner Wars, like big 6-figure set for the Constructicons, and thus their combined form of Devastator, was said to be recently released. So while on vacation, I occasionally called around to nearby stores at our stops, wondering if they had it. No such luck until our Tennessee stop. In fact, the last hotel stop for us before going back home to Indiana. And they had it. I think soon after ordering some dinner to take back to the hotel, made a quick stop to that Toys R Us. And don't worry, I'll show it, but still got his box, in fact. I think they had 2 of them for $170, something like that. My dad said we could buy it 50-50. So I got him, took him back to the hotel. Soon after dinner, I unboxed them, figured out the individual Constructicons, as well as their combined form. I know the figures are pretty simple for what some fans might have wanted. I'm still very glad to have the set. Fun updated figures of classic characters form a nice updated version of a classic combiner. And it's thanks to a Toys R Us store. If I really wanted to dig deep into my memory, I could probably figure out other nice memories with family and friends, visiting specifically the Toys R Us store in my area. I think it's at least pretty nice to talk about one briefly that's in another area of the country. So I guess that's all I have to say about this, entertainment issue for now. If you'd like, describe nice memories you've had of Toys R Us, old or recent, in the comments. Of course, wish the employees well. Hope that corporate ideals like this happen less often, or perhaps never again. So, there we go. Goodbye, Toys R Us. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the fun. See you later, folks.